Hello guys! Saturday dito kaya busy na naman. Nag-decorate kami ng Christmas tree. So, advance Merry Christmas sa lahat. So, today guys, isi-share ko po yung mga non-compliance employer na hindi sila pwede mag-hire ng foreign workers or even local. So, here you go. We're gonna start guys. So mahaba-haba to, mahaba-haba. So second video ko na lang guys, the rest, okay? Here we go guys. We are here on the Help Center CICGC.ca. So here, where do I find out if the employers who offered me a job is an eligible employer? So this list shows employers who may be eligible to hire a temporary worker through either the temporary foreign worker program or international mobility program. If you apply for a work permit to work for an employer listed as ineligible, your application will be refused. Here, all employers who have been found non-compliant. Employer who hire temporary workers may be inspected to make sure they meet their responsibilities as an employer under the temporary foreign worker program or international mobility program. If an employer is found non-compliant, they can receive either or both of following: a monetary penalty, a ban from hiring temporary workers. These employers are ineligible to hire temporary workers for a period of time. Here all the list, 422 employers that non-compliant. Advanced Home and Commercial Builders Incorporation in Saskatchewan, Stone City Builders in Manitoba, Jean Limay in Quebec, Mahik Wash Incorporation, Saskatchewan, Sunny Kim Taekwondo in British Columbia, Vancouver, Hub Roastery, Ontario Incorporation, Toronto, Ontario, Valley Growers Ltd, British Columbia, Greywall Farms, British Columbia, Charmander Singh, Malhi, British Columbia. So second page, no Hotel North Jungle Gym Restaurant in Gosby, Labrador, Blue Lake Landscaping in Alberta, Investment Maria Lakes Investment, Quebec, Mary Brown's, Alberta, Somewhat Trading, Alberta, Old Wood Farm, Hammond, Ontario, the Canadian Brew House in Edmonton, Amos and Andy Fisheries, Nova Scotia, A&W Restaurant, Newfoundland, Quebec Incorporation in Montreal, Quebec, Spian Apiaries, British Columbia, Dick Valley Berry, British Columbia, Maison Ramen Yucatan. This is a restaurant guys in Quebec. Photo Action Montreal, Quebec, Gang Film in Aurora, Ontario, Evil Nut Creative Technology, British Columbia, Valley Select Foods, British Columbia, the Canadian Brew House, Edmonton, Alberta, Trimove Incorporation, Edmonton, Alberta, Garage Pippin, Quebec, Kia Farms, British Columbia, Canadian Brew House Catering, Alberta, Edmonton, Productions, Cotan Incorporation, Montreal, Quebec, Sarah Caldwell, Grand Prairie, Alberta, Future Life Agricultural Products in British Columbia, Ontario Incorporation, Mississauga, Ontario, Ad Media, Park, Quebec, Bangkok Express, Lavac in Quebec, Western Star Transport and British Columbia, Harnik Singh, Columbia, Montreal Rocket Club, Montreal, Quebec, Asian Suites and Restaurant in Mississauga, Ontario. I used to go there pick up some Filipino food. Is that the one? Mississauga, Ontario, Los Planes Gourmet, Quebec, Montreal, the Canadian Brew House, Edmonton, This is all recent, guys. Okay, Malket Singh, Rahelo, Colombia, British Columbia. Diox Chick, British Columbia. Best Lifestyle, Coldwater, Ontario. Tyler Farms Ltd. from Princeton, Ontario. Northern Honeybee Farm in Perry, Alberta. Next page. Orchid Tattoo, Body and Piercing Hair Incorporation in Alberta. Key West Express, British Columbia. Bridgeview Gardens in Alberta. Starlink Enterprises, Colombia. Olive Tree Restaurant. Oh, this is a famous here, guys. Olive Tree Restaurant. I don't know what's the problem, but yeah. In Saskatchewan, Canada Fluorspar Incorporation, St. Lawrence, Newfoundland. Most of them, guys, is a really big company. Carlos States Winery in Wellington, Ontario. M&G McElhone Farming, La Salle, Ontario. Ramesh Aluwalia in Brampton, Ontario. Toyotron in Waterloo, Ontario. Oh my God, I can't imagine a lot of big companies. Wonton King, Calgary. Shocker Farm in British Columbia. Solar Construction in British Columbia. Mankel and Son in British Columbia. Liquor King in Alberta. Oliver Fruit House Ltd. in British Columbia. West Valley Produce Ltd. British Columbia. Judicious Professional Solution in Edmonton, Alberta. Dairy Queen. Wow, the Dairy Queen, guys, in Edmonton. Oh my God, Dairy Queen. Oh, this is a famous ice cream brand here. Dairy Queen, Edmonton, Alberta. So they have a specific address that they can't hire. Tor Farms, British Columbia. Fishy Lakeview, Alberta. Paramount Project Solution Ltd. in Alberta. Bart's Construction, Alberta. Fells Farm in British Columbia. Farm Medical and Affairs, Saskatchewan. Albert Ltd. Alberta. Christine Haas in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Chad Lullis in Saskatchewan. Newey Staco Ltd. in Edmonton, Alberta. So 422 list, guys. Oh my God. Victoria Nannies and Caregiver Placement Agency, British Columbia. Conrad Preacher Bonnie in Alberta. Rose Country Inn in Alberta. Sanella Bijik, Saskatchewan. Fionn McCalls in Alberta. Grewal and Sons Enterprises, British Columbia. Pasqua Chimenti in Ontario. Margo Castello, Toronto, Ontario. Trinity Electric Ltd. in Edmonton, Alberta. Daishi Sushi in Toronto, Ontario. Golden Caesars in Alberta. Excel Pasta Bar, Colombia. AC Bilbridge in Toronto, Ontario. Joseph Honyu Mohani Kahonyu in Orleans, Ontario. Naimaged in Alberta. Alan Miller in Alberta. Alberta Quality Waterproofing in Alberta. Mini Apna Punjab's Food Ltd. in Alberta. The Open Tap, Saskatchewan. Total Maintenance Services, Edmonton, Alberta. Colhurst Alberta Ltd. Calgary. Kalala Organic Vineyards in British Columbia. Preventions NCD in Quebec. Cranian Cuisine in Manitoba. Pure Wall Library Arms Incorporation in British Columbia. Heads Media in Quebec, Montreal. Rose Almer in Saskatchewan. Quebec Incorporation and Quebec. Kelly Joseph Ryan in Edmonton. Delicious Food, this is also restaurant, Edmonton, Alberta. Canadian Rose House in Edmonton, Alberta. Panacea Refrigeration in Toronto, Ontario. Pep Lock Edmonton in Edmonton. Utronics Incorporation in Alberta. Kenson in Newfoundland. Scotland Sweetpack Growers Incorporation in Ontario, Mangal Capital, British Columbia. Millennium Pacific Greenhouse in British Columbia. E&J Supply Incorporation in North York, Ontario. Clear Pear Incorporation in Toronto, Ontario. Paramount Plantscapes Ltd. in Saskatchewan. Fox Sun Farming Ltd. in Ontario. Lotus Orchards in Colombia. On 1181526 BC Ltd. That's in Colombia. Bradley Edwards in Ontario. Ernest Prescott in Manitoba. 222 Services Incorporation, Alberta. Boster Juice in Alberta. Malcanex Repair Services Ltd. in Alberta. Sina Technologies Incorporation in Ontario. Sherin Mahal Suites and Restaurant Ltd. in Alberta. Sign Masters Incorporation in Alberta. Phoenix Farms Ltd. in Colombia. SC Supermarket Colombia. Hillside Orchard in Nova Scotia. Jardin Juvens Incorporation in Quebec. Shell Canada in Alberta. Hensick Restaurant in Colombia. U&B Tracking in Alberta. Jetlink Contractors Ltd. in Colombia. Overleaf Flores in Grand Mer, Quebec. Huang Long Food in Edmonton. Manitoba, Winnipeg. Dish Canada in Cambridge, Ontario. Gengate Farms Incorporation in Highgate, Ontario. Scott Foods in British Columbia. Canada 150. Hamilton, Ontario. Oh, wow. This is a really big company. Canada Incorporation as well in Mississauga, Ontario. DNR Constructions Ltd. Alberta. Troya Services, Etobicoke, Ontario. Welma Farms Canada Ltd. Road Walton, Ontario. 3G Produce Ltd. in Ontario. Fermi Lunday Sink, Quebec. Changju Industry, Quebec. Hardcore Cycle in Quebec. Envol Cultural, Quebec. Boulangary, Quebec. Lead Up Consulting Incorporation, Calgary. Cars, Ontario. Gaetano Gatti in Ontario. Johnson Garden Center, Midland, Ontario. KPEs and Canada, Ontario. Printer Reedy Corporation, Mississauga, Ontario. Lee Restaurant in Newfoundland. Legacy Pit, Edmonton, Alberta. Forever Flawless, Calgary, Alberta. Panorama Mountain Transportation and Tours Ltd. Colombia. Goman Orchard in Colombia. The Mill on Main, Ontario. Baja Concrete Ltd. in Alberta. Balero Shellfish Processing Incorporation, New Brunswick. Restaurant Big in Japan, Montreal, Quebec. Rapid Mine Solution in New Brunswick. How to read this? I don't know how to read in French, guys. Sorry. Got you? In Quebec. H is the Deliwall Transport Incorporation, Ontario. Great Fermentation in British Columbia. Surgit Negra Farm, British Columbia. Enterprises Nikusan in Quebec. Harman Trucking Ltd. in Edmonton, Alberta. Ricky's All Day Grill in Alberta. So yeah, I will continue the next, I guess, guys, because it's very long and my battery is going to die.